Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see that the intro had ended. We're here. We got Felkon. We got HjalleNalle. Or HjalleNalle. I don't know why I said Halle. HjalleNalle for some fun. We got a best of 7 flash tournament out of left field here for you guys. This was supposed to be the beginning of our Warpstone Cup, but I decided to push it back. We're going to be doing a whole new set of everything when it comes to the Warpstone Cup. We've got a whole new set of creative stuff to go through. We got a whole brand new set of other fun goodies. So that'll be starting in a couple weeks here. I'll announce it officially in a little bit. What do you mean pronounce it properly, Misha? He told me it is called, that's how you pronounce it, HjalleNalle. That's what he said. Who the fuck are you? You don't even know. You didn't even know. I'll remove your mod status, Misha. Honestly, Son of Gondor, before I started this stream, I was shirtless, so we're almost very lucky. All up properly here. Place egg. I know my place. Okay. So it looks like they're just kind of setting up their matchups here real quick. We went from a best of 5 to a best of 7, so they're kind of changing things up how they want to do them. Shirtless pooping? Yeah, do you guys not shirtlessly poop? Is that not a thing? Ninja was with us a second ago, the little cat. Is he right now? It's so weird. This but I live with 2 cats and a dog, and one of the cats is like, he's like, give me attention, give me attention. When I go to walk towards him, he's like, no, 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 and runs all the way downstairs. Like, you can feed me now. Like, no, dude, you don't get fed yet. Borg cube, hey girl, do a thing. Oh, I do a thing. All right, I think we're all gonna go. Oh man, I love that. I love that notification. Borg, I'm glad to hear that you're hyped, brother. I'm hyped as shit. Well, I was gonna bring the cat on stream. Looks like they keep switching back and forth. I think what's going to be happening here, it's going to be Felkon on Lizardmen versus HjalleNalle on the High Elves. And from now on, I'm going to call them Nalle just because that'll be easier. And that's a pretty fun matchup, right? When you think about what the Lizardmen can bring. And what we typically see with a lot of Lizardmen lately, we see the Thunderous one kind of just charging through a lot of shit. We see Horned ones actually being used a lot more often than normal. And we actually see a lot of Skink armies. There's a lot of different configurations that Felkon can use against Nalle, and one of the bigger, more emergent things that I've seen from at least a Nagarythe style playthrough for High Elves is kind of using Shadow Warriors in the same way you would for Wood Elves, using them to really kind of pepper the front line and do a lot of damage. But as far as a lot of the opposition that the High Elves can bring nowadays, if you have Sisters of Avalorn, you can deal a ton of AP range damage to a lot of the larger beasts that you typically see in a Lizardman army. In addition to that, no, you've got a lot of Spearmen, you've got a lot of Phoenix Guard. Phoenix Guard's not so much as great in this matchup, but they're a very high cost unit. That is irony right there. What's the name on scoreboard? That takes a lot longer than you would think. We'll try and do it until they say they're ready. Whoops! Whoops! Switched everything there for you. Let me see if I can get this swapped around here real quick. I'll just do that. There's that. And there's that. There you go. Moving assets around in OBS is kind of a pain in the ass. There. All set. Alright, they're setting up real quick. See if they're good to go. And we are good to jump into this little fight here. I can even here, we'll do this in the meantime. Who is your champion? Felkon or HjalleNalle? Go ahead and vote on that. 2-minute timer on this bad boy. You got 2 minutes to vote. If you want to vote on who is your champion for this flash tournament here, you're gonna type in exclamation point vote space 0 for Felkon or space 1 for HjalleNalle. All right, looks like they are good to go. We'll go ahead and jump on into this fight. Again, this is High Elves for HjalleNalle and the Lizardmen for Felkon. And honestly, this is kind of an interesting matchup because as a whole, I think that High Elves have always historically struggled with the Lizardmen, but I think in the most recent content updates and additions to the High Elf roster, they have a lot better answers. But at the same time, Lizardmen have gotten even more responses to a lot of those answers in the form of thunderous ones, or the Temple Guard Regiment of Renown unit can add physical resist. So there's a lot of different things. So the very first map here is the Steps of Aisha Hearthlands, which is what I chose. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. It's going to neutralize a lot of the strengths of some armies and bolster the strengths of others. So I chose this map because it's a lot harder for the opponents, or I'm sorry, the competitors to really kind of work around, because there are so many factors working against them. Between the map itself being kind of buggy and weird, on top of it, you've got a lot of rolling hills, you've got a lot of forest, so you have a lot of fun stuff to deal with here. So we'll take a look at Felkon's army. Really probably look at HjalleNalle's, because he's going to be on a path to setting up a little bit faster, but we'll see how it goes. Luke Johnson, why don't you calm the hell down with your voting there, brother? You only get one vote, you crazy bastard. Alright, so taking a look at Felkon's army, things are kind of overlapped right here, but we'll deal with what we've got. Looks like we're going to see one unit of Skink 2. Oop. I don't know if this is like... Oh, look at this. So, Felkon, from the clan XMT, has made his formation in an XMT right here you can see before us, using skin cohorts and Saurus warriors with shields all over the place. A little nod there from the XMT master himself, Felkon. And he's done some fun action here. He's taken 1, 2 Bastiladon Arcs of Sotek. He's taken Lord Mazdamundi on Zlok here, which is going to give him plenty of AP and anti-infantry. You're going to see plenty of Saurus warriors and skin cohorts in this army. In addition, we're going to see Cold One Spear Riders. 2 units of these guys are going to bring a lot of anti-large and AP to the table. Will help out with any Dragon Princes or Silver Helms, as well as any Dragon play that we see from the High Elf front line. In addition, we're going to be seeing 2 units here. The Pterodon Riders, the Pahawk Sentinels, as well as another unit of Pterodon Riders here. The Pahawk Sentinels, they've got their special little bomb here. The Drop Rocks of Sundering that also reduce armor by 30. It's going to be quite good against a High Elf front line, which is typically quite armored. Now, as far as our High Elf opponent here with HjalleNalle, we can see some fun stuff. Right off the bat, we already have the Pure Main Company, but we're going to see 2 units of the Phoenix Guard. On the left and right here, they're going to bring anti-large and AP to the table. Not the Regiment Renowned Fireborn version, thus of... I'm sorry, those are the Dragon Princes. But not the Regiment Renowned version of Phoenix Guard. But we're going to see plenty of frontline and backline spearmen. 1, 2, 3 in the front and back. Then we're going to see 2 more units of Lothern Sea Guard. Then another unit of the Phoenix Guard, the Keepers of Flame. So I was wrong there. Not see these guys. These guys are going to be your anti-large AP, just powerhouses. They also have their special ability here where they explode. There it is. No, it's not. It's their special ability. I am just completely drunk today, San Diego. Well, they have a special ability where they explode when they die. We're also going to be seeing a Noble to do a lot of anti-large and AP damage, as well as Alarielle the Radiant. She's going to bring tons of Star of Avalorn healing to that table. So let's see how this kind of pans out here. The Illyrian Reavers are already kind of plucking away over here at the Pterodon Riders. Just kind of showing them what's up. Putting a little bit of arrows in those pterodactyl-like faces. If you guys can't hear, I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit. Let me know if I turn the volume up too loud. I've kind of changed things up since I got my standing desk. Alright, Archer's already kind of shooting down range here, targeting into Zlak. We do have the Noble, which can do a lot of damage to things, but we don't want to. He doesn't want to get surrounded too early in the game and lose that that high AP anti-large advantage that does bring to the table. We're getting some Cold One Spear Riders going to move on a flanking formation out to the right portion of the army. Uh-oh, that Prince is getting up in there. He's going to just go smack some asses with his halberd. He's going for that Bastiladon, for that Zlak, as he gets punished a little bit. He's receding from that fight quite quickly here. Zlak will put a bit of a hurt onto him, but we can already see on the right side, things are kind of getting pretty hot and heavy with these Cold One Spear Riders as they make their way towards these Illyrian Reavers. You've got the Phoenix Guard that have moved over to brace for that impact, but they are just threading the needle here, pushing right into HjalleNalle's unbraced Phoenix Guard, and then all the way into the back line here, further into this unit of Spearmen. HjalleNalle has pushed these Spearmen in the back line to face those Cold One Spear Riders, but you can see the Phoenix Guard and Spearmen have jumped down over here into Mazdamundi and the Ark of Sotek. Now this is going to be pretty deadly here. The Ark of Sotek is going to trip off. Oh, and there it goes! Tripping off its special little ability here to do plenty of damage in an AoE range around it. Curse of Midnight has been done as well, reducing that armor to everything and everything around the radius, especially to the Phoenix Guard, which is going to help out significantly. The King Cohort are jumping onto them as well, looking to just pound that banana peel. You've got plenty of banishment ripping through the high elf front line as well into HjalleNalle's army. He has fully just tanked the Spearmen and 2 units of Phoenix Guard to 50% or lower, depending on the unit. We have some healing going off as well, and Stave of Avalorn onto Alarielle to help out with getting some Winds of Magic. Star of Avalorn in the back here on both this unit of Phoenix Guard. But look at this. Look at these Cold One Spear Riders. They are just jumping through. They're right onto these Lothern Sea Guard. They are just giving constant pressure to this army here. HjalleNalle is really up against the ropes here because he's already lost 2 high-cost units with his Phoenix Guard. Well, got one of them pulling back a little bit with the Keepers of Flame. He stabilized them a little bit more so than I was just originally saying. They're coming back into the fight, looking to put a lot of pressure onto Mazdamundi and both of these Ark of Soteks. Now, Shield of the Old Ones has gone off here to help out that 22% physical resistance. The Pterodon Riders, though, are just picking apart these Lothern Sea Guard, just chucking them into the air and just slamming those heads on rocks, man. Just going all sorts of wild. Ninja is behind me. He is starting to meow. I hope he doesn't scratch apart my green screen. I'm a little scared about that. Saurus Warriors are over here just beating the brakes off of some of these Spearmen. The nice thing about Spearmen is that they will hold the line against Saurus Warriors, but not for long. Saurus Warriors do quite a bit of damage in the long run. You've got this nice unit of Phoenix Guard, though, which is doing quite well against these Saurus Warriors. That AP is helping to just cut through them as quick as they can. And the Puremain Company, which I actually didn't focus on earlier, as a whole, White Lions actually make for a very good unit to have with or against Lizardmen, especially in the more recent patches. But boom, here come in those Cold One Spear Riders, looking to just bring the noise as we have Mazdamundi just laughing on his fat throne. I cast the apotheosis. And as you can see, the battle went from really hectic to a little bit more stabilized. You can see the Phoenix Guard are coming back from this leftmost engagement, having won against a lot of the Skin Cohorts, but just right back into it with this Bastiladon here. You can see Alarielle and the Prince are focusing on this other Bastiladon, with the Pterodon Riders dropping in as well. And it's really kind of interesting fight so far. The Phoenix Guard were able to stabilize on that right flank thanks to all the healing that Alarielle could dish out. The big Alpha Strike by Felkon was, I think, neutralized pretty well by some of that healing and being able to kind of hold that line. You do have these Scions of Mothlon here, which are going to be giving a physical resistance buff to everything in the radius around them. So this is going to help out this little congealed pocket here with the Prince and Alarielle. And you see some action with these Phoenix Guard. Already they've finished off their one unit of Saurus Warriors, and they're now onto another one. They're probably going to get pancaked here as the other 2 units of Phoenix Guard come in and start doing some fun action on all these big dinos. Getting pretty hot in these rhinos here. What's up, Jake Woo? But the beasts are getting pulled down here. The Phoenix Guard are starting to get a good surround on them. We got another Shield of the Old Ones going off, getting a nice good leadership and physical resistance buff. You can see here that this Noble is still in good shape. This bodes very well for Felkon. That Noble is just a powerhouse of damage here, but rear charge in from those Cold One Spear Riders back into the back of both of those units of Phoenix Guard. Just looking to just pound that ass with those Cold Ones. Cold Ones have changed quite a bit in the many years. They went from looking like strictly like Raptors to a little bit more like, I don't really know how to put it without being rude, so I won't. Disgusting other. The Ark of Sotek has tripped off on both units of the Bastillodons. It is dropping snakes all over the place. Now, I'm curious to see how much damage this does, because Felkon has done like kind of a 1-2 punch here. He's also used Curse of the Midnight Wind to help out with the amount of damage coming out from those Ark of Soteks. It looks like they've tanked one unit of Phoenix Guard, which is really struggling to hold on here. The other unit, the Keeper of Flames, they're doing okay, but they have a Star of Avalorn coming down to help regenerate quite a bit of health here. That's going to help hopefully switch the balance in favor of those Phoenix Guard as they get a lot of really good healing. Both of the Bastillodons are in good health. You still have Zlok in very good health as well, but he's looking to help out and relieve those Saurus Warriors by slamming apart some of the Phoenix Guard here. Oh, hi, Ninja. I'll lift you up in a little bit, guy. Alariel getting back onto these Bastillodons. Our Prince is still there as well. He's in there trying to chop up, looking to take some Bastillodon hoof with him. Keeper of Flame just smoldering into flame down here. Oh, it has to be snakes, Harrison Ford. It always has to be snakes. You got this unit of Cold One Spear Riders, which has come back. It'll be good for some cycle charging into this little pocket of anti-large, but really we're at the wire here, right? We're down to just these 2 units of Phoenix Guard. This one is going to be routed off the table by these Cold One Knights, and you've got a lot of big bad monsters looking to do quite a bit of damage. Another Shield of the Old Ones, as well as Curse of Midnight Winds, has gone off. Ark of Sotek dropping some more snakes here, looking to finish off all of these infantry units in the Phoenix Guard, and they're just tanking slowly. 25 units left in this Phoenix Guard unit and 24 in this one as well. We can see that the Prince is also in bad shape here, as he just starts to get paddled pretty hard by all of these Saurus Warriors, by Zlok himself, by the Bastillodon. It's not looking too good for HjalleNalle. I think right now he's up against the wire, and there's too many big monsters on the table that are going to just start pushing the advantage and push this one in favors of Felkon. You can see the balance power bar is also shifting quite wildly. Ninja, I know, you want the Lizardman to win, don't you? Because you're a cat. And fun fact, everyone knows that cats love lizards. Back to nature right there. And I think we got army losses kicking in, and there we go. It looks like HjalleNalle will be falling behind Felkon 1-0 in our first round of this best of 7 here. Go ahead and adjust that scoreboard. Left score. Why did that go vertical? Catman DLC faction. All right, and there we have it. And a pretty good solid fight there, right? I was saying earlier that I didn't expect to see a lot of Phoenix Guard, and I was totally proven wrong. HjalleNalle brought 3 units of Phoenix Guard and tried to kind of keep a defensive formation around his 2 Lothern Sea Guard. The Lothern Sea Guard, though, got compromised so quickly by those Cold One Spear Riders. That's the kind of tricky thing about the Heartlands map, is because there are so many hills and forests, it's hard to get a consistent lane of fire on anything. At the same time, Felkon was able to use those Cold One Spear Riders almost the entire battle, doing quite a bit of damage. 81 and 99 kills there. I mean, that's 180 kills between both of them, and a high value high elf army. So great fight there for Yalle and for Felkon. Let's take a look here at our second map. I have somewhere. Yeah? Yeah? Want me to lift you up? OS. Hold on, guys. What? Come here. Uh-oh, Ninja. Watch out, the green screen just fell. Well, the green screen is now on me, since I tried to pick up Ninja. Let's move this green screen back. Just a little green screen. So our next matchup looks to be HjalleNalle versus Felkon. Again, because that's the only one people that are playing. Yeah, my allergies. My allergies are acting up. And you are killing me. You are slowly killing me, little cat. And it looks like Felkon is going to be playing the Dark Elves against HjalleNalle as the Lizardmen now. A little bit of a swap here, Aru. HjalleNalle is going to be having a lot of large dinos, a lot of armored creatures. But, you know, Dark Elves are one of those armies right now that are such a high representative in the power curve. They're really a really high tier race. They've got so many answers to large armored things. There are dark shards between all their shades. When you take a look at stuff like the Black Guard of Nagaroth, which are, of course, the clone to the Phoenix Guard, just evil. In addition to that, you've got Executioners and Murderous Mastery. So I think that this one actually favors the Dark Elves here. I know Felkon is quite good with them, so we'll see. Yeah? Yeah? Gotta get it into the mic, how this works. Gotta use the pop filter. Also, you also get plosives when you... Ow. Okay. I'm gonna put you down. One sec, guys. I gotta take a Benadryl. I'm fucked. That fucked me up. Oh my god. Whew. What's up, Too Cool? How are you? Jason's here. Max Gasol says that the cat is top tier. Ready when you guys are. Let me make sure my notifications have been funky lately.
I've only begun.
That one works. That one. Okay, good. Where is this? Right here? Had to fix the green screen a little bit. We'll tug-a-roo every so often. Feline cuteness is definitely a thing. But yeah, we should see some fun action here. I've always really liked the Dark Elves, as much as I love my High Elves. But I think in Total War Warhammer 2, I prefer playing Dark Elves over High Elves. I think they have just so many better answers to things across Dark Riders, which are very, very strong. I think Illyrian Reaver Archers kind of eke out above them a little bit more so, but the melee variant is still quite strong. And I think on top of it, you've got Dark Shards, which are an amazing unit when AP is so integral to the formula of this game. In addition to it, I mean, when you take a look at the Executioners or the Black Guard of Nagaroth, I mean, the Blades of the Blood Queen? Defenders of the Queen. Whichever the Regiment Renown Executioner units are very strong as well, giving Guardian and a good amount of passive physical resistance buffs. I just feel like as a whole, the kit for the Dark Elves, even though it's supposed to mirror the High Elves, is just a little bit better. When you think about a game like Warhammer, even on tabletop, what's the big thing that you kind of think of, right? You think about killing the other army. That's how you win. So when you look at the High Elves and the Dark Elves from tabletop or from Total War Warhammer, you win by killing things. Looks like a nice, well, thank you, Salem Pulsifer. And when you have a mechanic like Murderous Mastery or Prowess, depending on which one you are, it's only going to make you kill things better. It was the same thing in tabletop. Martial Prowess in tabletop was strong, but it was not nearly as strong as being able to kill things a lot easier, like Murderous Prowess was. Uh-oh. Felkon's going in again. doing another, looks like another gang sign here. I can't quite put my finger on this one, Bob, but it looks quite intimidating and offensive. So we'll come back to that once he's done, setting it up. HN for HjalleNalle, I'm assuming. I could be wrong. We'll take a look here at HjalleNalle's army, though, since it is fucking configured first. I wanted to say something else, but I looked at the chat and fuck, it came into my mind. So, looks like we're going to be seeing two units of Temple Guard? 3 units of Temple Guard? Yeah. 3 units of Temple Guard with the Star Chamber Guardians, of course, being the Regiment Renown version here. These guys bring Guardian to the table. They bring AP, they bring Anti-Large, they bring Magic. They bring so much to the table. Yes, I did, Dacklemore. I already put the video up. Then we're also going to see a clone here. We're going to see 2 Bastiladons, but one with Revivification Crystal and one with a Solar Engine rather than the Arcs of Sotek. And we're going to see 10-1 himself. Now, of course, the big thing about him being on his mount, and we're not sure if this is a bug yet, but it hasn't been fixed. He has Frenzy, so he is quite strong in combat, already doing AP and infantry damage. And in addition to that, the missile damage coming in is poisoned. So he can really weaken things up before he gets into the fray. In addition, we're going to see the transformation of Cadon as well as... that's it, just transformation of Cadon. And we're going to see a Skink Priest of Heavens to be expected with Harmonic Convergence as well as the... that is the Wind Blast. The Wind Blast. Thought it was Curse of Midnight Wind at first. We're going to see some little front lines action here, though. We have a Skink Chief as well as the Skink Skirmishers looking to do some damage, and the Pawak Sentinels and Pterodon Riders. So very, very similar to what we just saw with Felkon's army. The Felkon's army is going to have 2 units of Dark Riders with repeater crossbows here, looking to do plenty of range damage to all of these Pterodon Riders. 1, 2, 3 units of those in total. Then, in kind of an interesting turn of events, we're going to see almost the mirror of the High Elf army in 1, 2, 3 units of Dread Spears, 1, 2, 3 units of Blackguard of Nagaron. In addition to that, we're also going to be seeing a Chill of Sontar here. Chill of Sontar is an interesting choice, but at the same time, you will be able to do quite a few breath attacks to all the dense formations of the Lizardmen. In addition, we're going to see the same thing from Malekith. Looking at, he's going to drop some bows on him. Oh, the Chill Wind slams right into the Skink Skirmishers, my bros. Oh, so chill. The Chill of Sontar is looking to just have a couple burgers with his bros, kick back, and have some cold ones. Ooh, Bastiladon Solar Engine ripping through here into these Dark Riders. Malekith already breaking apart these Skink Skirmishers. A nice, good little Alpha Strike play here. Oh, man. The shot of shots here. The hammer coming down, forcing Felkon to kind of scatter here. Woo! That could have been real brutal had he got it off in time. That would have done a lot of damage to all those Dark Riders. Not so much to the Dark Riders as it would have to the Blackguard of Nagaron. The more dense the unit, the more damage it'll do. These large units tend to have a lot more distance in between each one of their individual models. But Repeater Bolt Thrower's getting a lot of action here on to 10-1. Revivification Crystal already getting popped onto him as well. We're going to see some Soul Stealer action. What are we seeing here? Yep, Soul Stealer being hit off from Malekith. Ooh, another Torpedo Blast downrange here. We have the Pterodon Riders also dropping their special bombs, reducing the armor of everything right here in this huge pocket, especially the Blackguard of Nagaron. But one thing we've seen here, Chill of Sontar ripping right into this cohort of Sotek Red Crested Skink unit, who's going to be jumping into these Blackguard of Nagaron. This is a really good unit here to have in this case. They do have Frenzy, they have Anti-Large, they've just used Refuse to Die, so all the models will come down to 1 hit point, but they won't take any damage. Wind Blast coming in, ripping through those Blackguard of Nagaron. Still doing quite a bit of damage, even though it does more damage to lightly armored units. It still did quite a bit. You've got just a whole big beast battle here. You've got this Manticore coming in. Malekith is just on high, doing a bunch of juking action, going left and right as he runs a post action up and down the left side of the field. We can also see here, though, that another breath attack is ripped through the Star Chamber Guardian here. Just missed it. We were able to catch the kind of corner of it. Bolt Ranger just dogging on Malekith hard. Zoom back up so we can get a better look of this fight. Manticore is harrying into the Dark Riders, just kind of harassing them with the Sentinels and the Pterodon Riders. You can see this Chill of Sontar is just slapping about those Temple Guards, my bro. In addition, In addition, Malekith has jumped in the background. Cube of Darkness, which I did not even bother to check was actually on the Skink Priest. That is going to greatly reduce his power recharge rate, so he can't get off as many spells. We only saw him use Soul Stealer, though, so he should have quite a bit of reserve built up. But we'll see here. He has been poisoned by the Skink Chief. He is pretty slow. He is surrounded, and he's getting hit by a lot of stuff right now. Revivification, Crystal Standard Ground, and Harmonic Convergence are all on 10 and 1, but it looks like Malekith is going to squeak out of this and push back towards the Star Chamber Guardians to help finish them off and allow for Felkon to bring his anti-large and AP to the table. We're getting the beam. The beam is happening. Oh, Felkon squeezes out of that one as the Doomhammer comes just squeaking down range. Still zapping a couple of Blackguard of Nagron, but not enough for me to really just freak out and start masturbating on camera. But why is that? Why did I said that out loud, didn't I? Whew. What is this? But Chilasantar is in there. Now, the nice thing about Chilasantar is he does bring a lot of AP and does have Frostbite, so he will be able to slow these things down. He has a special breath attack. The balance of power bar, though, is shifting in favor of HjalleNalle. Just slightly, though. Looks like it's like a 55-45 now, not a whole ton. I think that there are a lot that Felkon can bring to the table to really push this in his favor, but I think that there are so many Blackguard at the same time. HjalleNalle has a lot of creatures that can push this in his favor, but Felkon has a lot of Blackguard that can threaten those creatures. That's what I meant to say. It does have a unit of Temple Guard here coming to help out, kind of push into this unit of Blackguard. They have done a bit of a surround here on the on 10 and 1, who is falling in health rapidly. Even though he's got Harmonic Convergence and Revivification Crystal to help him out with some health, he is struggling against this fight. Looks like he's trying to take out Malekith before he gets taken out himself, which is a good play here. But I think that, I was going to say, he needs to bring in another Bastiladon to help out, and he pushed it through, pathed it through the unit of Blackguard, trying to get more pressure onto both the Chilasantar and the Blackguard of Nagron. Malekith has pulled off from that fight a little bit, though, looking to threaten other things, or at least just get out of it. He doesn't want to get stuck in that for too long, because he has the unit of Temple Guard looking to kind of get a wrap-up on him. And, oof, his health is getting low. 1,000. Uh-oh. Soul Stealer. Soul Stealer? Probably going to be Soul Stealer. Soul Stealer is in effect here. That is going to be healing up the mighty Malekith, the Witch King of Nagaroth. Almost the Dark Prince of Nagaroth. But we can see here that 10 and 1 is falling, and HjalleNalle is in bad shape as the balance of power now shifts pretty radically towards Felkon. I'm gonna throw up. I took that Benadryl. My body's like, nah, man, we're gonna throw up right now. Solar Engine, though, still plucking off some good shots at Malekith. Cube of Darkness as well. I think that's a very interesting play, and one that I did not even look for, is that HjalleNalle has used the Cube of Darkness to really reduce the amount of damage that Malekith can do via Soul Stealer. I mean, he does have Chill Wind, he does have Word of Pain, it looks like, as well, but he hasn't used Soul Stealer nearly as much. Oh my god, those Pterodon Riders got just completely fucked. We haven't seen a ton of Soul Stealer because that ability has shut down the recharge rate of Malekith's Winds of Magic so handily, and that's an interesting tactic that I didn't even think to look for. As the meta has kind of really shaken out or shifted, as this DLC has progressed, we've seen people take a lot more items, Power Stones, Jagged Daggers, on casters. This is a way to get a lot more supplement out of a pretty low-cost unit in a caster. A caster is very, very crucial, right? Winds of Magic is a whole facet of play. You know, if you think of cavalry, if you think of infantry, if you... Cavalry, yeah. If you think of cav, infantry, archers, skirmisher cav, and then lords, you also have to consider that the sixth thing on that is going to be Winds of Magic, and that shuts down a whole avenue of play if you don't have Winds of Magic active. They're just kind of mopping up here. Felkon's looking to take out this this little Bastiladon, this Skink Chief, and this Priest of Heavens. Not a lot really is left on the table to do much of a threat. I think we're out of Chilasantar's breath attacks. You can get probably a pretty good juicy one on the Temple Guard. And Malekith himself does have a breath attack or left or two, but he is in bad shape. I did not see that. Down to 142 health. If the Solar Engine gets another good shot off on him, that could just completely KO him. Uh-oh. What will happen? Right now, HjalleNalle is using this Skink Chief to just kind of kite things. It still can poison stuff and run away from them, and by poisoning them, it does reduce their weapon damage, their melee attack, their speed, all sorts of characteristics. Oh, Malekith comes back right there at the last minute. Chilasantar, though, looking to put some hurt onto this Bastillodon, and the Black Guard of Nagaron looking to help finish off the remainder of these Lizardman forces. But really, we're down to the wire, like I was saying. The balance power is shifted heavily in Felkon's favor, but some... Oh, I thought we were going to get a wild wind blast. They're just going to do a ton of damage here. Oh, he can't get his spell off. He keeps... Oh, Cube of Darkness as well. Just moves out of range here, not doing a ton of damage to this Temple Guard. Man, HjalleNalle is really staying in this one as best he can. Oh, every time he goes to cast a spell, he flees. Oh, the Chill of Sontar drops the breath, brother. Gaze of Malice ripping through, and there it is. I think had that not happened, had he used that Skink Chief and stayed on Malekith and just kept plucking at him, he probably would have been able to chip away those last 142 health. Would have taken a considerable amount of time, but still, I think it would have been able to keep his bar from replenishing. You saw how Felkon was struggling to get that spell off at the very end there. He was trying to get the breath attack, trying to get the breath attack, trying to get the breath attack, but he kept fleeing every time. So, Felkon pulls ahead here 2-0 against HjalleNalle in a very, very, very close fight there at the very end. Holy shit, that was really down to the wire. You saw it was just really down to that unit of Temple Guard, the Skink Priest, and the Skink Chieftain, but great armies on both these guys. You can see that they kind of mirrored each other because these are two very competitive armies, and, I'm sorry, mirrored each other in certain elements. Mainly Felkon is almost like a direct High Elf, or Dark Elf mirror of his High Elf army, more or less. Sure. 2. And map to the to Torgared. I think this. No, this is. Yes, Cold Blood no longer heals. It's just simply stopping Rampage and adding. Stops Rampage and it adds Leadership. Alright, there have been tons of questions and stuff that I have missed. I have not looked at chat once. What are some questions? I saw you guys asking some action here as far as lore questions go. Ask away. I could go grab Ninja again, but I'm just now able to breathe. Multivitamin 2. Ice. Fucking cats! I would get Bailey, but my desk is on the standing portion of it, and even if she was right here, you wouldn't be able to see her. Bailey, come here. Bailey. Oh, hi, sweetheart. Oh, hi, sweetheart. Guys, I'm surrounded by animals all. Not jumping. It took forever to get you to stop jumping. Now when I want you to jump, you're like, not gonna do that. Honestly, I love the standing desk. Turin went with a different one than I did. He went with Autonomous, and I went with Uplift. Because I heard like a lot of negative things about Autonomous. But now that I've got it, I'm like, probably should have gone with Autonomous. It's like, you can't really do... Like, it's just a fucking desk. I mean... Oh, it took a long time to ship, but his delivered faster than mine did. I kind of regret that, but at the same time, I love it. Like, it's beautiful. It's huge, too. It's massive. I got a 72-inch desk now. I feel like a commander. Right, Bailey? Like a commander? Pretty damn dog, you. It looks like we're going to be seeing HjalleNalle as the Empire and Felkon as the Wood Elves. This is a pretty interesting matchup, and it's going to be pretty... depending on Felkon, how Felkon plays this, it could be very difficult for Empire. If we see a lot of Waywatcher play, then HjalleNalle is going to have to counter that with a lot of cav play. But if we see a lot of the death boxes that we've seen in past replays and in the meta and so on and so forth, wherein you've got Treekin and Eternal Guard in a very tight pocket around War, Eternal Guard, and or Archers, it can be very hard for the Empire to crack it if they don't bring enough artillery to the table. Yeah, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button. Misha, Crisps, anyone, what is our likes to viewers ratio right now? I'm building out. So Intel sent us. Let's go ahead and start this. Intel sent us like a Three Kingdoms box I showed you guys, and I have an Intel i9 I have to build into a new motherboard. I'm gonna have to build a new spaceship. I'm gonna need a new motherboard. I'm gonna get higher clock RAM, and I'm gonna get. I'm gonna add in another M2 drive, and all the rest of my components are good to go into it. 66 and we got 133 guys. That's 50%. We need to pump up those rookie numbers, bros. I need to see more of those thumbs. Anytime you press a like button on a video or a stream, it helps out any content creator that you ever watch. Me, Turn, Indie Pride, General on Occasion, Lore Master Sotech, anyone. Because what you're basically telling Google is that, yes, Google, this content matches this title and I like it. And it helps their algorithm to supply you with more stuff, but it also kind of, it's not actually called quality score on YouTube, but just think of it as quality score. That's more of like a PPC term, but it kind of, it increases that overall value back to search algorithms. And it also feeds a kitten. I gotta feed a kitten. Sorry, the dog's right at my leg. If you don't like singing to your dog, are you really even a dog owner? Goodbye. So let's take a look here at Felkon's army, and he has gone with a very fun and different army. So rather than going for the typical kind of archer play, he's gone with something that he has used time in and time out, is a very wide Wild Riders play. So 1, 2, 3 total units of Wild Riders. Now these guys are very strong because they have all their really cool talismanic tattoos, which give them 20% physical resistance here. Also, they have Frenzy. They're really strong in the charge, but they need that charge. If they don't get a charge off, it kind of negates half the reason you're using them. Now, in addition to that, it looks like none of these guys have shields. Yeah, just standard Wild Riders. We see a nice little center line, just to get some good Vanguard play. My hard stutter there. We're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Dryads. Also, of course, being immune to psychology here, they do suffer from pretty low leadership, but they will be able to cause fear and help out with low leadership of a front line of Empire units. Now the Sisters of Thorn, of course, they bring the Curse of Anrir as well as Shield of Thorns to the table here, helping out with some physical resistance and lowering some other stats. Now, when we take a look over here at our casters, we have a Spellslinger of Life, bringing just simply Earthblood. We have a Spellslinger of Beasts, bringing Flock of Doom, which is going to be very strong against Empire because it does a lot of damage to low armored units. In addition, we're going to be seeing the Glade Lord. Now, this is, of course, our typical one where we've got... Oh, no. Oh, no. This is not the one I thought it was. I thought we had the Caster Lord. We have the male one on here, not the one with the Prey of Nothrama, which locks things down. So we're going to see, clearly we're going to be seeing the Helm of Discord kick off, reduce all the overall combat stats of things. But for HjalleNalle's army, a lot of Pistoliers. We see 3 total units of Pistoliers, 1 unit of Empire Knights, 1 unit of Knights of the Blazing Sun, and a unit of Demogryph Knights with halberds. We're also going to see a matching air cav force. Now, these guys are in a chat channel talking, and I told them, hey, have some fun with this, take some enjoyable builds, let's just have a good time. And I think that they wanted to have like an Empire versus, jeez, what's wrong with me? Empire versus Wood Elves like Air Force battle, and this is what we're getting. We've got the Amber Wizard here on a Griffin, as well as Jade Wizard on a Pegasus Knight, or I'm sorry, a Pegasus. We're going to be seeing the Transformation of Cadon off of that, and both Earthblood and Regrowth and Awakening the Wood. So, getting those Wild Riders to kind of just harry into those Pistoliers here. They're doing some damage here. This is going to be a real wild fight. I'm going to stay back on this as much as I can so you can see the flow of battle. You can really see that it's going to be a lot of marching and chasing each other around. Pistoliers looking to pick off anything before it makes for a hard engagement. The Sisters of Thorn doing some range damage here into the Jade Wizard, trying to just soften them up. It's a good first target too. The Jade Wizard's got 50 armor on the Pegasus. It's not got a lot of defense, so it's a really good first target to choose. And it shuts down all of the healing. That healing is so important when it comes to... oh my gosh. Sorry guys, those allergies have just like sealed up my throat. It's so huge when it comes to Empire. We've got a huge dog pile right here in the dead center. You can see those demo, you can see the Empire Blazing Knights of the Blazing Sun. The Wild Riders are in here. You've got a dragon in here. You've got a griffin in here. You've got everything in here. You got Flock of Doom. You got Empire Knights. Everything is just going all in this juicy center pocket in this area. Wild Riders coming, or Sisters of Thorn coming in for another charge into the rear, right onto those Empire Knights and the Demogryph Knights. Curse of Onmir is on them, which is a real good move right there. Reduces their overall melee attack, trying to pepper those guys with some Wild Rider play. But it looks like we're pulling back out of this fight. Remember, Wild Riders are very good on the charge. They're not very good on prolonged combat. So you can see that 2 units of Wild Riders have already fled. One's coming back, luckily. But also we have the Spellsinger of Life, which is fleeing, but it'll come back quite shortly after that. I think she was probably quickly terrorized or something of the sort. Yeah, terrified. So our Air Force is coming back. A nice, good breath attack landed right there under the Knights of the Blazing Sun, doing a grip of damage. And that's a real good move there. Trying to just neutralize these units one at a time. The Empire Knights are already in bad shape, getting picked apart by Wild Riders over there in the bottom or downfield. The Knights of the Blazing Sun are already getting chopped up. The the Demogryph Knights with halberds, I can't quite find right now. They were getting their asses hit pretty hard by antlers and hooves. There they are. And they're already fleeing. So it's looking like it's coming down to just the Pistoliers and the leadership portions of the Empire versus quite a few Dryads, one bigger unit of Wild Riders, the Sisters of Thorn, and then the leadership portions of the Wood Elves. But looks like we're going to be seeing a summon up here of a Manticore. That's going to bring a lot of damage, especially to that Spellsinger of Life, which is in a real bad position here. A huge pile in right there. You can see that Karl Franz is looking to just slap some things around with Gal Maraz, trying to tank that Spellsinger of Life. They've already lost their Life Caster. Oh, no, I was wrong. I thought we saw that guy fall. But Karl Franz is in bad shape. Stand your ground. Helm of Discord has been tripped off. You do see Regrowth has been hit as well, trying to stabilize him as best they can in this very, very heavy, hard engagement. That Spellsinger of Life is fleeing off the table here. Probably not coming back. 211 health left on her. She's in bad shape. But we do see Karl Franz is tanking, and he's tanking, and he's tanking. He can't quite get out of this engagement, despite the fact that he's got a Manticore around him. There's just not enough bodies to keep him from getting a full surround. Felkon has just really put a lot of pressure very early on all the Knights units that have kept the majority of his army intact. Karl Franz is shattered, and he is losing due to army losses as Felkon pulls ahead yet again. 3-0 against HjalleNalle. That was a quicken. Woo! That was a fast little ditty. I need to breathe. I can't breathe. Alfred. I think, I don't know if they're both talking in chat and they said, hey, I'm going to bring this or bring that. But I think that what HjalleNalle was planning for was having to use Cav to chase down a lot of Deepwood Scouts, a lot of Way Watchers, and this would have been a very good and competitive and fun build. I think that HjalleNalle wasn't in a wrong move here, but Felkon went with a little bit of a Vanguard Wild Rider rush in that he took 4 total Wild Riders. I thought it was just 2 or 3. I mean, and he took 4 units of Dryads to shore up any of the infantry he thought he might be dealing with. And this is very interesting. I think they both were planning for a different army to come to the table, and it just so happened that they had 2 very huge air forces that were pretty fun and awesome to deal with. They had 2 large cavalry forces that clashed very hard, and I think that the Empire Cav traded out better against the Wood Elf Cav, but the Wood Elf just had better support from breath attacks, from healing, from just a lot of other elements like the Dryads, pinning them down and keeping them in place and keeping them isolated. I think that helped out a lot. The Pistoliers weren't able to do enough damage consistently across the... Hey, thank you very much, Garland. I really appreciate your donation, brother. Garland Green dropping a fat donation here. Take a look at that in just a sec. But overall, a great fight. A good battle. Alright, Ruins of Paravonitude. How do I choose my maps, ItalianSpartacus? I go for the ones I like the pretty colors of. Somebody tells me I took a Benadryl already. No, I think I didn't take a Benadryl because I'm like, oh, it'll make me groggy. I want to be sharp for this. And now I'm like loopy as fuck. Garlando, thank you very much, brother, for your Swedish krona donation. Alright, I'm back. Whoops. But yeah, can't stress enough how much I appreciate any time you guys donate. Is so huge, just because this is a full-time gig for me now. And even though I've been doing it for like 2 years, every time you guys donate, I'm like, you guys like me. I need 2 more maps anyway. Make Troll Country for this one. Okay. So, Felkon wants us to do Troll Country here. And again, they're talking in chat so that he's not like trying to pull a one-up on the other. And he is right, we do need 2 maps. So. G-Fuel. G-Fuel Refuel. Misha, I should message them like in an email like, listen, I've got your next marketing slogan. If you need to refuel your G-Fuel, you need to become a full-time streamer. If you guys are... Is anyone playing Borderlands 3? If you're playing Borderlands 3, let me know in chat right now. I'm going to be streaming that on Twitch a lot when it comes out. I'm stoked on that. Citrazine, huh? I'll use what's it called? I use Claritin D because I like that a lot. But I ran out of it just recently, so that sucked. The decongestion portion of it really helps me out. Benadryl, I think, only really makes me sleepy when like I want it to. Does that make sense? Like, it doesn't usually make me very sleepy. Yeah, if you haven't, sign up for this shit, guys. Get that link. Boot it, boop, boo. So if you're getting Borderlands 3, use that. Waiting for HjalleNalle to ready up. We'll be getting going here. It's going to be Norsca versus Greenskins. And this will be fun. This should hopefully be a big monster mash. You guys can see HjalleNalle and Felkon have been kind of playing, you know, builds of the people, taking a lot of fun stuff to these fights and having a good time with this. This isn't a super heavy competitive, all or nothing type of engagement. I'm trying just to have a good time. So, Yalle will probably be dealing with a lot of anti-large from his table, and I just don't know Greenskins enough to say what exactly all of that means. I'm hoping to see though a lot of beasts as far as I want to see some trolls, I want to see some giants, I want to see some fun stuff from Ragnarok spiders. They're not necessarily competitive, but I want to see them nonetheless. And as far as Norsca, we're probably going to be seeing a mammoth or 2 here. That terror is going to be very strong. The amount of damage that a mammoth can do to a line of orcs is going to be also quite strong. We're probably going to see a lot of boar cav, or at least some skirmisher play from the Greenskins to help out with range damage onto large objects, or those boar cav to really threaten those large creatures. Oh yeah, for sure, Wicked. I just meant like not all of those things that I mentioned are. Every time the AC shuts off, I go, oh, yeah, give me all those beautiful big things. All right, so let's take a look here. We've got HjalleNalle's army, and he's gonna. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Jacob. Excuse me, sorry guys. We're gonna be seeing some Forest Goblin Spider Riders, some archers here. Looks like some Gobos. We're gonna see lots of Night Goblos. Goblos? Which is a good play here because they're going to be in stock. You're not going to be able to see them. Kind of move around the board a little bit better than you would otherwise. Sorry, guys. Force Goblin Spider Riders over here on the right flank, followed by them on the left flank as well. Night Goblins throughout the dead center here with the Regiment Renown both here and here. The Warlords boys and then the 8 Peaks Loonies are right there probably. We're going to see the Goblins in the front as well as the Arachnarok Queen. Look at this spidery little bitch. Summon up her little spiderlings. We're going to see the Arachnarok Spider, the non-Regiment Renown version. We're also going to see a Giant. This is the Giant's Nipple. If you haven't seen a Giant's Nipple, you now have seen a Giant's Nipple and or titty. We're also going to be seeing Wurzog here, just dancing his way through the party, going all hog and hot wild. The EVGA to get is going to be able to do a lot of fun. Now, as far as Felkon's army, taking 2 units of Norsca and Ice Wolves and 2 Frost Worms. He's also we're going to see the Troll King himself, Throg, as well as plenty of Norscan Ice Trolls. His troll army is complete with a Famir Balefiend of Shadows, bringing both Enfeebling Foe and Curse? Oh no, Pendulum. The Penumbral Pendulum, as well as a backline here of just Marauders and the Icehorn Marauders. Already getting some right lane play here. We've got the Death Creepers and the Forest Goblin Archers already just getting picked off by the Frostworms. They will flee, but they will quickly come back. That's just kind of how they operate. Frost Trolls are looking to get up in that cookie jar quickly and early, bringing that tin can to the face here to slap things in the... Oh, FGA to get is right here on Throg. They're looking to get a nice big Alpha Strike early. Wall has been tripped off as well. Everyone's just piling into this dead center right onto Throg here. Take a look at this massive pile in. You can see Wurzog over there dancing all hot loose. Ooh, Frostworm Frost Breath is coming down into those Night Goblins. You saw one of those Ice Trolls already fall over there. The other Frostworm is helping out on the other side of the battlefield, but things are just going just completely crazy. Dead center in this fight. And really, Penumbral Pendulum swinging through, doing tons of damage to all the Night Goblins here. It's not going to do as much damage to these large creatures for sure, but it will do quite a bit to those Night Goblins. As you can see, they're now well below even 25% health. But for the most part, the mass amount of bodies here are helping the Norskins to stay cohesive and keep things in order. The Frostworm is getting hit pretty hard by both the Arachnarok Queen and the Giant. But the Monster Bash is most certainly underway. Four spiders and as well spider hatchlings just coming out of nowhere, just swarming all over that Frostworm here, looking to just tickle the goo to the Frostworm, going hog wild. You can also see here the nice round plump butts of the Arachnarok Queen and Spider going completely crazy as the other Frostworm pushes off those spider hatchlings. Gonna kind of survey the battlefield. We have the Frostworm running around. It is shattered. It is out of this fight. Norscan Ice Trolls, you do expect them to rout, you expect them to regenerate, and you expect them to come back. It's kind of the crux of using them. Nice little Frost Breath onto these Night Goblins, do a little bit of damage there. Wurzog is using Get Back Ear to help keep things in order. Get back here. And everything is going pretty interestingly. The balance power bar is pretty dead even, with it shifting slightly in favor of HjalleNalle right now. Felkon's got some answers. He's got plenty of things to deal with, but he's just getting swarmed by spiders left and right. He's got goblins coming back and forth, back and forth. And now the Frostworm is getting shot by these Forest Goblin Spider Rider archers. It's not going to be able to do a ton of damage, and right now Felkon is using it kind of like a terror battery above, choosing when and where he wants to charge in specific. You can see that Throg is still dealing with a lot of pressure here. He is now terrified. He will be fleeing away. FGA to get has gone to that Frostworm, is locking him in place, and the balance of power bar is now shifting radically in favor of HjalleNalle as he pulls this one out. 3-0 in the hole. He pulls ahead. Don't call it a comeback just yet. It is 3-1 after our 4th game here in our Flash tournament. Taking a look there, someone just said a final transmutation would have done wonders there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Would have done awesome. But we can take a look. Those Frost Trolls really just getting in there and looking to beat the Prophet Shields like a drum. But the constant pressure from the Arachnaroks and the Giant, there just wasn't enough anti-large in the table to really threaten them at all. I mean, the only things that could do the real big anti-large damage were actually Throg himself, or was Throg himself. So without that kind of anti-large presence on the battlefield, I think HjalleNalle was able to really just push through Felkon's army once he stabilized and was able to push back one at a time across the Marauders, the Ice Trolls, the Frostworms, so on and so forth. So a great little battle there as we move on. Fix this score here. Double Spider is scary to face anymore. Mash, I think. Fuck yeah, it is. That's a really good point. Major Mula brought up that Wurzog does give an AoE buff to melee attack. And I think it's 8 or 6. I can't remember off the top of my head. And that really helps out with the low melee attack of the Giant, which I believe... I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's not as high. They have low weapon skill in tabletop, so I wanted to represent that. But then the Ragnarok Queen and spiders, as well as all the spiderlings that she was summoning up, all of it just kind of like piled in all together. Like Wicked said, the Bonewood Staff. Alright, now we'll do the Ruins of Paragon. Alright, looks like we're going to be seeing Felkon on the Tomb Kings versus HjalleNalle on the Dark Elves here. Fresher than Jello. Woo! This has become quite the show here. We're doing a best of 7, not a best of 5, like originally planned. And Felkon is up 3 points right now. We've got HjalleNalle that has just won our last one. If Yalle were to win 2 more, we'd be on a 3-3 tie, obviously, with 1 more to win it. But that means that he's really up against the ropes. If Felkon were to pull ahead with 1 more win, that would seal his fate. So we got to see how this kind of shakes out. Oh man, Christian Bender, how stoked are you about that new DLC, my bro? For those of you guys who haven't seen, there was a that window. Oh man, the Conrad Kurz book. I haven't finished yet. I'm a little over halfway though. So I'll be done hopefully in the next couple weeks. I just haven't been able to sit down and read as much as I want. The book is only 186 pages. And you can see the pages, like, they're not dense. They're pretty small and they're pretty well spaced out. So this should be getting done pretty quickly. That then our what the hell is this thing called? Primark? Yeah, our Primark video on Conrad Kurz will come. Like my favorite Primark, I definitely like splurged. And spent like $40 more on something. That's, I mean, come on. I didn't need to buy this, but it looked fucking cool. I don't know if you guys can see that. You can see like the symbol itself. You can see it on here. Lion doesn't have a book yet, so Lion and Sanguinius I will definitely be getting. You can see the Night Lord symbols, and you can see the 8th Legion symbol there. It's pretty sick. No, that's not the Night Haunter. I have the Night Haunter trilogy in their own separate forms. I don't have them as an omnibus. I don't like reading omnibuses, to be totally... I think that... they're harder to read. Like, they're unwieldy. Night Hunters are the Kylo Ren of 40k? Oh, and we are all good to go. Sorry, I got a text I wanted real quick. And then I just booted up Photoshop. So give me a second here, guys. I know, Ninja. I know, Ninja. They're not... Kylo Ren doesn't really hold a candle to the Knight. Alrighty. So we're going to be jumping into our next battle here, our Game 5. There it goes. All right. Moving in here, Ruins of Paravan. A nice big rolling green hill. This map, though, has been subject to a lot of my best games have been on Ruins of Paravan. As far as, like, games I've spectated and or... What are you doing, little guy? One sec, guys. Let me move this little guy to oh. I'm so allergic to you, but I gotta move you. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Whew. Oh, ooh. Okay, so let's take a look at Felkon's army here. Right, Bailey? I'm just getting assaulted by dogs and cats right now. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 units of skeleton horsemen archers. In addition to that, we're going to be seeing... Oh my god. Oh my god. The double hero titan. Or hero titan, whichever you want to say it. Now you get Shem's Burning Gaze as well as Spirit Leech built into these bad boys. You get AP. They're really good against infantry because they can focus around the individual units. Harder so against cavalry. But nonetheless, they're probably one of the coolest looking units in the game. They don't really get that much play nowadays, but they're still quite fun. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of Skeleton Warriors, and then we see some Tomb Guard in the back here and on both flanks. We're also going to be seeing Grand Hierophant Kotep, as well as some Nehekaran Horsemen squaring off against. Things are already getting hot and heavy over here. Those Horsemen Archers are doing so much damage to these Dark Riders over here. 1, 2, 3 units of Dark Riders with repeater crossbows. You can see Marathi or Supreme Sword. Yeah, Marathi is just looking to get up close in that cookie jar there. Ooh. I didn't see what we had on Kotep, so I can't see what's being cast there, unfortunately. Oh, Shem's Burning Gaze, which actually hits her and gets a value add, drops down onto the Dread Spears and kills one of them. That's pretty hot and heavy. Another Shem's Burning Gaze. Boom! Knocks dead on and just kind of sends one wayward bolt there. I mean, that did a good, like, 20% health there. I'm down with that initial play. We see the Slaanesha's Harvesters with the Doomfire Warlocks. The Regiment Renown unit, thus of, is just kind of skirting over here on the left flank, looking to get a good charge in. The Chill of Sontar looking to get a good breath attack in. And we also see some Sisters of the Singing Doom, which are going to be great to lock things up with a good rampage on things every so often. Uh-oh. Spirit Leech onto Marathi. We should be expecting another Spirit Leech from the Hero Titan as well. This should be pretty fun here. We're also going to see 2 units of Reaper Bolt Throwers in the very back, shooting down range. These things are going to do a lot of damage to the Hero Titan. As you can see, it's already in low health. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of anti-large. So, Sisters of Singing Doom coming in here, looking to hit these Tomb Guard. I think their original target might have been the Hero Titan to get it to lock up, but nonetheless, they are going to use... Oh, Nero's Incantation of Protection has been hit onto these guys as well, helping neutralize a lot of the damage coming out from those Witch Elves. Ooh, Skullstorm! I believe that's actually the bound version of Skullstorm that only Hierophant Kotep has access to, ripping out quite well through this unit of Dread Spears and doing tons of damage. You can see that these Reaper Bolt Throwers are doing what they can to the Hero Titans. One of them's already down and in low health. Is out of control as well. But we do see that Marathi has been hit with some Spirit Leeches. She's in bad shape. She's getting focused by the Nehekaran Horse Archers. She's getting lots of Spirit Leeches onto her, and she's about to flee. She is so low. Oh no, 800 health. She is just tanking. Even though those Reaper Bolt Throwers are doing very well against the Hero Titans, a lot of the line is struggling to deal with the amount of supplemental magic and archery coming its way that has neutralized people like Marathi. Chill Sontar is in bad shape as well, dropping to 50% health and just pushing out of the fight pretty well here, using those Dread Spears to screen out its retreat. But Kotep is just riding dirty here. He is just on his chariot, swinging in and out of the engagements, doesn't care. He's racing for pinks and he's going left and right. We do have a nice good pocket of our repeater bolt thrower or repeater crossbow Dark Riders over here, looking to help neutralize some of this Skeleton Warrior. I think it was Tomb Guards. Interesting action, helping to hopefully get into the thick of this and knock out the Hero Titan on this portion of the field. One of them has already been knocked down. The other one is in very low health. It is just kind of scraping by. The Chill of Sontar doing that AP damage. Nero's Incantation looking to mitigate some of that damage as well, but I think it is it's a little too late, as the Hero Titan has got its last 985 health. Marathi has come back though. She does have a lot of AP and anti-large. If she can get on Kotep, she can really smack that ass hard. So if she can get over there, she can do quite a bit of damage. Another Skullstorm, or Kotep's version of it, is ripping through these Dread Spears, doing tons of damage. And honestly, these Bolt Throwers are doing so much work this entire fight. They've knocked out both of the Hero Titans with the aid of the Chill Sontar and the Dread Spears, and they're doing now shots onto, they're doing shots of Patron. They're doing shots against Kotep as well. Even though Kotep's riding dirty all over the place, I think that they're really getting a lot of value here, and that they're able to do a lot of damage downrange at him. It's forcing him to constantly be on the move, and which you want anyway with the chariot, but at the same time, he can't really focus in on any good engagements for too long without getting shot by some pretty nasty bolts, just like that. The Chill Sontar, though, bros, he is looking pretty grim now. He's just getting plucked apart by arrows. Gotta say, it is not looking good for the Chill Sontar. He got a nice little bit of regeneration, though, so that brings him above that 50% health bracket. And he's looking a little bit better than he was about 15 seconds ago. So, Felkon is kind of, his back's up against the wall here. The balance of power bar is shifting, and we can see that HjalleNalle has pulled out ahead on this one. Things went south fast. I mean, after they were able to really deal with both those hero titans and push apart the rest of the skeleton warriors, I think it was a pretty foregone conclusion for Felkon. This brings Felkon and HjalleNalle almost even. It's going to be 3 to Felkon and 2 now to HjalleNalle. Yeah, we could make it a really good point, and like I was saying earlier, this is really like these guys are having fun. This is not an extremely competitive Flash tournament. They're just, hey, I said, hey, in lieu of doing the Warpstone Cup, which I was going to start today, how about you have some fun? Let's just have you two square off against each other. And they're in chat right now, so they are both aware of what they're doing. So I'm sure Felkon said, hey, do you mind if I take 2 Hero Titans? That does break the rules, like Wicked said. You're limited in certain single entities, and you're limited in total amounts of single entity units in the rules. But definitely a gentleman's agreement. A good call out on that. I didn't even think to bring it up because I figured, oh, we're having fun. Didn't even think to mention that, but good catch. Okay, let's do another map here. The Ashen Hall. Yeah, if you like competitive, you're going to be seeing it a lot more on the channel. We're restarting the competitive league for the Warpstone Cup. It's going to be doing 4 qualifying matches followed by 1 finals, and those will be 2 best of 3s with a finals of each qualifier being a best of 5, and then the finals will be 3 best of 5s with the teams pitting off against each other. Who made them? I don't remember if Shetland Apache made them, but I know he's like the main holder of them. But it was mainly like a group. Yeah, Wicked said a committee of people. I attribute most things in the tournament community to Shetland Apache because he's like very close and intimate with it all. Just a bunch of dudes having a good time. Vicious Satsuma. It would be fair to say that because I'm sure they're in chat saying, let's make this go all 7 rounds. If this was the Warpstone Cup, I would expect... Alright, hey guys, we're going to end the stream. Borg Cube decided to say, Italian, I've got Prosecco if you want some. Racist! But I fucking love Prosecco. Sorry for the heavy shadow. Prosecco is a type of sparkling wine. Ooh, so Felkon, rather than doing High Elves, went with the Lore Master. Lore Masters? Lore Masters? Lore Masters? Is that what it was? I can't... Guys. And then HjalleNalle will be on Norsca. And Venetian sparkling wine. I did not know it was Venetian in specific. Whoa, 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 crisps. You're fucking 15, Order of Lore Masters. Champagne but shittier. You don't know a goddamn thing. Prosecco flows like water throughout all of the many, many rivers, fountains, and lakes of Italy. Prosecco is fantastic. Hey, I'm not saying wine is not shit, but I'll tell you what. I will drink a box of wine any day. Any day. Where is HjalleNalle from? He told me. Let me check. Swedish. He's Swedish. Alright. Ooh, switch to Winter 2. So we know we're going to be seeing probably Techless versus Brog, which is that's kind of fun. Guys, only 99 likes. Come on, bros from another hose. We got to get this up to 100. Get them trippy digis likes. HjalleNalle is Swedish. Felkon is Eastern European. I think he's Russian Federation. I can't remember. He is de Bretagne. Will I be playing in the World Cup? I told Turn I'll play in it if he wants me to. I'm trying to get Turn to play in one of my tournaments. He is Russian as fuck. You think this is problem? This is no problem. There's a small dog named Boris. Felkon is Putin's right hand. Oh my god. A princess. So let us take a look at these armies. Let us wait a bit and then we'll take a look at these armies. What do we get here with Felkon? So Felkon went with 3 units of Lothern Seaguard? No, it's just 2 there. Oh, no. Funky. The banner's gone on these guys. Yeah, so 3 total units of Lothern Seaguard. You have a Frostheart Phoenix, which I actually really like. I like how strong and fast the Frostheart Phoenix is. Especially if you're not using tons of Winds of Magic. It increases its durability. So take a look here. Frostheart Phoenix, there you go. Or not. Stupid bitch. Well, to take my word on it, I was going to show you how the Winds of Magic thing works, but it's like above 50%. It increases their physical resistance, or maybe it's just ward save. I can't remember off the top of my head. But we can see 2 units of Spearmen, and then 2 units of Phoenix Guard with no caster. I thought we saw a caster a second ago. There it is. With a Lore Master of Hoeth, which Felkon forgot to move, unfortunately. Regrowth and Harmonic Convergence is over here on this guy, who's going to have to scuttle his way over towards the rest of the army before Norsca. Hi, Ninja. Before Norsca comes marauding through the lands. Now, for Norsca's army, for HjalleNalle's army, we're going to be seeing Throg the Unclean for sure. 1, 2, 3 units of Berserkers, 1, 2, 3 units of Marauders, and then 1, 2, 3 units of Premier Warriors, all with great weapons except for the Miststalkers, which are the Regiment Renown version. It's a little bit of a competitive army, right? You hit with the Marauders first, followed then in by the Berserkers and the Famir at the same time. Famir targeting any of the heavier armored units such as the Phoenix Guard. In addition to that, we're also going to be seeing a Famir Balefiend with Shadows. Looks like we're going to see Penumbral Pendulum and then Enfeebling Foe, and a backline of a lot of the Beats of Tashnar and Norscan Ice Wolves. But the ranged play is underway. You can see that these Lothern Seaguard are shooting down ranged stuff. already choosing to go right into the Famir Warriors, which is a good first target. And pulling back just that last minute here, they want those Marauder Berserkers to go in first, to eat the charge a little bit, so that the Famir can go in and hit harder and actually do the damage and stay in the fight. They're going to be the ones that are going to crack open those Phoenix Guard and help with their Sundering Armor capabilities. Because as we all know, oh, and a nice breath attack down from the Princess into these Marauder Berserkers, just tanks them. A little bit more so than 50% health, going right through and into them. As you can see, this front line is a nice orderly front line here. We have a nice big engagement going on. What's been hit off here? Yeah, looks like the Withering has been gone down, so some reduction to armor, some leadership as well. You got the Beasts of Tashnar as well as the Ice Wolves going in the back. The Ice Wolves, I mean, they don't have anti-large, but they're very good at kind of pinning things down because they're a step above your normal skirmisher cap. They're a little bit more stocky and they do a little bit more damage. So having them on specific things like, say, other skirmisher. Penumbral Pendulum going down as well, swooping into these Phoenix Guard, doing tons of damage to both of the units here. So I got 60 and 51 total health, or total units left. This one unit of Phoenix Guard, though, is in great shape. Has been able to put up or take apart the Mistwalkers with the help of the Lore Master of Lore Master of Hoeth, and the Frostheart Phoenix as well. The archers just shooting downrange, though, plucking apart the remainder of these Famir Warriors. You've got these Phoenix Guard looking to chase them. Though. Throg is getting in on that Princess, which sounds completely rapey when I say it out loud. But the Princess is below 50% health, and Throg has got so much AP and anti-large bringing it to the table here. And she just kind of squeezes out of that one, using the Phoenix Guard to screen out a retreat. Whew! My mic is actually on. Nice little charge in here from the Norscan Ice Wolves into those the Lothern Sea Guard. Lothern Sea Guard, though, do have... How was that? Ninja just scratching my green screen. Does have spears, though, so they can fight back against those. And Throg, though, is looking pretty terrified as he flees away from that dragon. Famir Balefin, though, jumping on it instead. Feebling Foe is now down. You've got the Ice Wolves on it, which are in pretty bad shape. And it looks like they're fleeing off as well. But Throg is getting focused down by those Lothern Sea Guard. And I really think that the charge in from the Norscan Ice Wolves was a good move. But again, with the Spears of the Lothern Sea Guard, they can neutralize those threats pretty easily and pretty quickly. Man, look at this. Felkon is putting the hurt onto HjalleNalle here. And HjalleNalle is trying to hold on. He had a very strong, very competitive army. The balance of power bar is shifting in favor of Felkon's army. I think Ryan Smith just said it best in chat. He needed a mammoth. Had he had a mammoth to really kind of push home a lot of these big charges, I think he could have done without his Marauders, which were completely bypassed and focused by the archers onto the Famir. Had he had the mammoth, I think he would have been able to subvert a lot of the archer fire onto that mammoth and help his Famir stay alive a little bit longer. But there it is. HjalleNalle loses against Felkon, bringing our little best of 7 to a close as Felkon pushes ahead 4-2 in this best of 7. Throg getting in on that Princess. Ooh. So taking a look at these armies here. Again, those Lothern Sea Guard, they didn't do a ton of damage because they were focusing on... I'm sorry, they didn't do a ton of kills because they were focusing on large targets like the Famir Warriors, like on Throg, but they still were able to do quite a bit of damage, helping to neutralize some of the Norscan Icehounds that charged into them, who only got 2 kills from those guys. In addition to that, you can see that the Frostheart Phoenix wasn't really able to pop off the Lore Master of Hoeth. While I think a very strong pick, wait, what am I saying? While a very strong pick, wasn't able to really do the amount of damage I wanted it to do. Usually those things can just cut a rug, just ripping through stuff. Still got a good 28 kills, but I wanted to see that Frostheart Phoenix just pluck out Throg's eyes. I wanted to go right for it. Dog is just right at my heels now, or hips. The Berserkers, I just don't think we're able to do enough damage with the Famir Great Weapons. That was, I know, the 1-2 punch that was kind of planned, but because they kind of lost a little traction in their charge, I think it kind of overall affected them. But overall, a great fight. Hats off to both HjalleNalle and Felkon here. We're going to go ahead and roll some credits. We will be having another. I'm just reading the commentary. Thanks be to Spartacus for hosting. Absolutely, guys. There will be, again, a start of another Warpstone Cup. You can look for that in September. That'll be run in conjunction with Turin's ever-chosen leagues that I know that we all know he'll be doing with another DLC, and with his World Cup that we'll be doing as well. So you'll see all that kind of action coming up. But plenty more goodies on the way here, guys. If you're a 40k fan, you got another Imperial Guard video coming out for the Catachan Jungle Fighters. In addition, we're going to be doing our Friday speculation video on the Beastmen. But look forward to a lot more competitive streams on the channel. I'll be streaming way more regularly. If you are a fan of Borderlands 3, go ahead and go to this link. Sign up on their VIP shit. It gives me shit. It gives you shit. But I'll be streaming that on Twitch when that comes out the 13th. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for more stuff from the DLC. Guys, we got a DLC around the corner. I'm excited. Couldn't be more stoked about it. Give me that sweet Imperial Guard lore. You're going to get it, Major Mulo. You're going to get it and you're fucking going to like it. Scratch yourself a little raw. Aren't you? So pretty. Well, AM does bring up a good point. And a huge shout out to Garland Green for that super chat. I think Garland is also a member of the channel. You can join the channel if you so wish. I think there's a button down there somewhere, and you can press join. That gives me money every month, and it's hugely helpful, way more than you would imagine. I'm making I got some other stuff coming. I got some shirts coming for the channel. So if you want to buy merch, it won't say ItalianSpartacus on it, but it will be like merch. That'll be kind of cool. It'll be Warhammer themed. You'll see that on the channel coming up in the coming month or so. You can also join the Patreon. Misha always shouting out the Patreon. Thank you very much. Do I stream? I'm going to be streaming Borderlands 3 on Twitch, Sigmar's son. And you can find my Twitch at twitch.tv/ItalianSpartacus. Oh, you want to do the last game? Okay. Well, we'll do we'll do an encore. Looks like we're doing a last little game here. Winner always asks me if you're really on Spartacus's Patreon. What map do you guys want? Let's see. Looks like Felkon's going to play the Empire versus HjalleNalle as the SABERTOOTH, Shadowhoof clan. Guys, I love dogs. Pillar of Bone. Pillar of Bone it is. The bros want an encore. The bros shall receive their encore. How do I shut this off? Alright, credits. You need to fucking chill. Alright, Pillar of Bone it is. Sigmar, good to hear, brother. I'm stoked for it as well, man. I could roll the credits while we're doing it, but I don't want to do it. It's shitty. That's shitty poopy. You can see I made some new, like, creative... Well, I didn't make some new. H for Havoc made some new creative for me. I contracted him, and he made some new fun stuff. You'll be seeing that tournament time. We start our new Warpstone Cup. Got plenty of fun new stuff to kind of showcase when that comes out. Garland, we're going to. I told him I want to get stuff like pretty well, not well painted. So I'm doing the Knights of the Chalice. So basically I'm spray painting all my guys red. I'm doing their helmets and shoulder pads black. And then we'll be good to go. I just wanted something to have color on it. So if he did post up a game, it's not just like him making fun of my Grey Legion, which he always does. He makes it sound like, oh yeah, Ryan doesn't play with me. Yeah, it's because he makes fun of my army every time we play. It's so fucking mean to me. I didn't say green. Did I say green? I'm sorry, painting them red. Knights of the Chalice. They're Blood Angels. Fuck, I'm drunk. So let's take a look here. We got some Pistoliers. Felkon has got 2 units of Pistoliers here. Then 2 units of Knights of the Blazing Sun, which have really made a strong resurgence as of late in the competitive circuit. They used to not be so competitive. Now they are way more competitive. A unit of Royal Altdorf Gryphites as well, anti-large AP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of Spearmen. Sigmar Sun, as always. Got a Jade Wizard bringing in some of that healing power. Looks like we've got a Power Stone. We have got Regrowth. We have got the scroll for the physical resistance. Or is this a recharge? Oh, Blast, actually. I haven't seen that one in a long time. Regrowth and Earthblood. We've got Karl Franz. He's got Reikland Runefang and the Galmaraz. And then over on the other end here, we've got the Ungors. 1, 2, 3 Spear Herds. Oh God. HjalleNalle has gone with 4 Foul Chaos Spawn. Ugh. Then Brave Shaman Wild, Brave Shaman Beasts, Transformation of Kadon, Jagged Dagger, and then Curse of Onrir. Oh, Savage Dominion, that's right. That's for the Cygor. This is for the one with the Manticore. So we're going to be setting up a 3rd Manticore. Again, this is just a fun, like, hey, here we'll do a little encore play. But getting a large movement here from all of the Cav looking to just kind of completely smash apart this left portion of the line. Just destroy these Ungor as all of their Spearmen move down range. You can see that all of these spawn, though, are just these hulking linebackers. They straight up look like they're from Halo, right? This looks like the Flood. I expect some little fronds to kind of like fly off of them. Another Chaos Spawn coming in here. We definitely know who the man of the hour is if we've got another Chaos Spawn coming up. And it is Morgur Shalgrave himself. He has just been knocked over by Karl Franz, who says no thank you and steps over him. He doesn't even give a shit. Oh man. This is just haggard. Look at these Chaos Spawn going right for these Knights of the Blazing Sun. Meeting that charge head on. Altdorf Gryphites and Knights of the Blazing Sun over on this portion getting just pounded by those Cygors, which are shooting down range. And you've got the Pistoliers charging the Cygors, which are in the very back. Both of them just looking to wrap them up, stop their firing for a little bit, as the 3rd summoned one keeps shooting. Ungor coming back here to support their bro. Interesting choice where Felkon is choosing to shoot at the summoned one. Looking to bring its health down here so that the automatic health that hits it on its seconds intervals actually does more damage to it. Well, not more damage. It helps it. Yeah, there you go. See? Aha. Tanks it quicker. Manticore coming in here. If you guys remember from that patch, there's the 3 stages of summoning where they take a little bit of damage, a lot of damage, then they get finished off by the stages of summoning. I think it's 85 seconds or something for the Cygors. I don't remember off the top of my head. A Manticore, though, jumping right here into the center of that fray, looking to do some damage, wants to focus down Karl Franz. Morgur is in bad shape. He's below 50% health, and he's getting focused down here by the Royal Altdorf Gryphites and by Karl Franzia. But you got a Brave Shaman there looking to slap the bag, going in on all those Sigmar Suns and all the Spearmen back there. And you've got that Jade Wizard, though, helping out with a little bit of healing, peppering that in there as well. Reikland Runefang has gone off on the mighty Karl Franzia himself, but I think and Galmaraz now. Manticore is starting to really get just torn apart, and the Chaos Spawn are running all over the place, dragging their jaws and disgusting tentacles on everything. They're just leaving snail trails behind them. It is so disgusting. Cygors have marched backwards here, looking to get a better advantage and start shooting some more, getting out of any kind of conflict with the Spearmen. Ungor Spearmen are fleeing off the table here as well. You can see 1, 2, and that 3rd one right there is fled off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought it was going over here. It was going for these Knights of the Blazing Sun. Look at this. Look how just disgusting these Horde armies are. Imagine the noises that beastmen make. Just absolutely foul creatures, man. Cygor's just stomping about on these Knights of the Blazing Sun. Morgur's still hanging in there, trying to keep things alive. Oh. Karl Franz dropping in here on the Eye of Morsleep, looking to just tank and get rid of this portion of artillery fire that's just going down range, and it's keeping these large creatures are keeping the balance of power bar very even. Remember, these single entity units are a huge piece of that balance of power, and as you chip away at their health, even at the leadership, the balance of power bar will shift to reflect that. That screaming goat vid, ah! Like that one. Are you talking about the one where it like dubs into Taylor Swift's voice? Manticore here. They're trying to go all in on Franzia. They're doing it. They're doing the damage here. 5 more sleep is now starting to flee off. They're going to get picked off by the rest of those pistoliers. I'm glad I could relate to which one you were talking about off the beaten. You got this this Bray Shaman of Beasts about to fall. Looks like he's just barely hanging on. Ooh. Those Altdorf Griffites are just going to be able to just smack that cart apart. And Morgar Shadowgrave is surrounded by plenty of beastmen, but he is, again, very tanky. That's not a huge threat to him. Got Karl Franz getting a good heal on him, pulling out of this pretty doomed engagement over there, and getting right onto Morgar, looking to just kind of capsize him as fast as possible. And with that would come the leadership and the backbone of the beastmen forces. Felkon's got some dirty tricks up his sleeve, but HjalleNalle's unending tide of Chaos Spawn looks like it is being beaten back as army losses kick in, and we see Felkon winning yet again, pushing this now up to 4-2 in the best of 7 here. Or I'm sorry, 5-2 in the best of 7. Felkon's already won, but just a fun little encore for everyone here. But you can see the Chaos Spawn really held it down with 49 kills. They're such disgusting, haggard little creatures. I hate them in tabletop. I hate them in Total War Warhammer. Good God. They are so foul. That's the Blazing Sun, though. 26 kills with the 42 on the Royal Altdorf Griffites as well. The Spearmen holding the line as best as possible. Man, that was great. Ooh! A drunken mess indeed. A huge shout out and thanks to Felkon and HjalleNalle for jumping in here last minute. I asked them last night if they would mind doing this. They were saying, yeah, absolutely. So HjalleNalle was actually like on the train home from work, was like, I'm coming. So he got in at the last minute. So again, a huge shout out to both these gentlemen for joining in. If you want to see more of this, you can see it in Turn's World Cup, in Turn's Ever Challenger League, and in my Warpstone Cup League. Hopefully you can see these gentlemen on when or if we do another Ever Chosen. And we'll see as the DLCs come. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. Have a good one and take care.